भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Rama. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Rama. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Suratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Rama. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumar Ashram. Today is a very special day for the Indian nation. It is the 73rd Republic Day of India. A very important, special day. Why do we celebrate it as Republic Day when there is Independence Day already? It is on this day, way back in 1950, they constituted the law, the supreme law for India. And this constitution came into effect on 26 January 1950. It replaced the already existing Government Act. And it is this supreme law is running the country. It gives us the procedures, the rules and regulations for every department, every aspect of Indian government. And we all know how much the great ones of the freedom struggle sacrificed themselves for the independence of India. The independence of India is based upon the sacrifice, the tyaga of great people, great masters. Bhagwan often said, India is the land, the holy land, the Leela Bhumi of the great masters. And they come in the form of the beggars, hide themselves in the disguise of the beggars, street beggars at that, and do the great work of the divine. They are the custodians of the divine plan. So they, the great masters, feel a responsibility towards India, this being their land. In fact, Swami Ram Tirth had said that he would always be in some form or the other to promote the spiritual growth of India, the spiritual and cultural growth of India. And Bhagwan in 1999 declared to me in that veranda of Sudama
that in 25 years, a golden period would start for India. So you people have to calculate when that is likely. And he said, no matter how negative it looked at the time he was declaring, he said, my Father, my Supreme Father, is capable of changing everything overnight, if necessary in a fraction of a second. So don't be deceived by the appearance of India as it is today. And he continued his declarations. He said that India would prosper in every field. People might say it's a developing country, but soon people would see how it's going to assume the supreme place on the world stage. He said, at that time the Prime Minister, way back, I think in 1980s, late 70s, Srimati Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister of India, was coming to Tiruvannamalai and she was visiting Ramanashram also. As soon as Bhagwan heard, who was always in the hiding, who wouldn't reveal himself to anybody because he said his father's spiritual work is heavy and he had to do it in solitude. He rushed to Ramanashram with the help of Shivaramakrishna Iyer of Tapovanam. They received him with respect and he was given that special place from where he could view the Prime Minister nicely. It was not far off. It was near enough that Bhagwan said, this beggar had darshan of the Prime Minister of India. And they had given this beggar a place, as such a nice place, this beggar could do father's work for the nation. So when he blessed the then Prime Minister of India, it wouldn't be for that Prime Minister alone, it was for all the Prime Ministers to follow. Bhagwan told me quite a few times, this beggar cannot do anything small. When he blesses somebody in a certain situation, it's not confined to that situation, to that sort of people. It's meant for everyone in a similar situation. And imagine, in the 80s, early 80s, Bhagwan had declared India would flourish, prosper, and India's voice would be heard by the whole world. He said the Prime Ministers of India would be able to make very bold decisions and would pave the way for the entire world. India's voice would be heard. He also said at the time about Rajasthan, he said, people think it's only a desert. There is much richness under the ground of Rajasthan. There is enough minerals and metals for India. If only they would make an effort, they would find out, and Rajasthan would be in the first place among the other states for this minerals and metals, and it proved to be true. After his declaration, they found out. Until then it was thought of as a desert. And he also added, my father knows when to dig the soil of Rajasthan and where to dig and how to dig. My father knows when India should flourish and how, and when he does it, it would be the best. So you see all these declarations from the tongue of a great master who has become one with the ultimate truth cannot go waste. The time will show us, reveal to us the truth of his words. So this day, we have to remember. We also know recently that the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, was chosen as the best Prime Minister among the world leaders of So in some way or the other, there are indications to prove Bhagwan's word is coming true. Now on this special day, let us remember how these great masters are protecting our country. Bhagwan also said, no wars will be made upon India, and there will be no trace of any effect of any war upon India. So they had declared great things, which the time will prove, and it's for us to remember the sacrifice, the selfless service that those great people had done to gain this independence for India. It is our responsibility and the responsibility of the generations to come to keep up. The world teacher rank, the world teacher position of India. It's a great responsibility. It is a privilege and responsibility at once. So let's remember all these great people, Mahatma Gandhi, and so many, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and so many. If you start listing up, it's a long one. But we have to remember one thing about all these people: their responsibility to the land, their sacrifice, their readiness to sacrifice even their lives for the sake of the country. And not because it's a country, it's because it is the land of the great masters. Let us remember Sri Vivekananda quote which Bhagwan held very dear. What has India been doing for ages and ages except producing sages? So the India, this nation, has a great responsibility towards the world, and this country is rooted in the soil of Vedas and Vedic culture. We should never forget it, and we should pass on this torch to the generations to come and prepare them. It is the responsibility of the parents to prepare the next generation for this responsibility. Instead of running to foreign countries, getting lost in that culture, getting lost to the comforts it offers, and forgetting even the language. We should come back after gaining knowledge and see that India flourishes in all fields of activity. So let us take a vow to do that, always remembering Mahatma Gandhi especially, and the weapons that he used for independence, non-violence. So let us now offer our today's prayer, which includes a prayer for India and the world as well. Today, of course, the world is afflicted by the virus, and we are in a position to pray for that, for the clearance of that. And yet, we have to add a very important prayer that India has the responsibility to take the torch of higher knowledge to the world, both Paravidya and Aparavidya, and pave the right, disciplined way to the world, which is so much given to violence. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again to free the entire humanity, not only from the clutches of these viruses that affect both the body and the mind, but also establish the values that we have lost. Establish dharma, not only in India, but in the whole world. And bless India especially to do its work, its responsibility towards the world. This is not just a prayer from us, it is the word from the great masters. Sri Aurobindo has spoken so much. Sri Ram Tirth and many other great masters, and recently, of course, our Bhagwan, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And Bhagwan, we beg you to uproot, remove from the minds of people and give protection and all-round welfare to unselfish people who are working very hard for the sake of the others, unmindful of their own discomforts, the challenges. We also pray to you for unbroken remembrance of your name, knowing all that it can give us, knowing that no single Nama goes waste. And we beg you to bless us to be fine instruments in your hands, not in the hands of Maya, and to run our everyday life as an offering to you. And Bhagwan, ultimately, we all have to seek that supreme blessing for complete transformation so that the goal of life is realized. That is, returning to our original abode, the abode of God. We beg you to bless us to be able to see your living, vibrant, pulsating presence everywhere and all the time. And also to be able to see your sankalpa, your will, and your leelas in all happenings of life. And most importantly, to be able to see your hidden grace even in the most disastrous sufferings of life, knowing they are not only the effects of our past karmas, bad karmas, but it also carries a special blessing from you for our spiritual growth, for our greater good, for our closer kinship with you, so that we would be able to accept it, and be grateful to you for that. Bhagwan, we also beg you for all the species of the universe, at whatever level they exist, to be free from the state of their misery and be lifted to a higher plane, and we eventually have to be free, be liberated from the whirlpool of births and deaths, the cycle of births and deaths, for our eternal living in you, the eternal Supreme. We have prayed and will keep on praying. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.